who/what can just duck off. My roommate's 3 friends who are staying at our house, throwing away my food to make room in the fridge for their beer, and ignoring me when I ask them to turn down the TV at 1 AM on a Wednesday. Fuser barks. Cut the power to the TV if they find the problem much later. Act like you haven't got a clue how the breaker popped for the beers. Slyly dump some bottles, but not all, out into the sink when you can get away with it. Each one idiot will assume some other idiot drank the beer when they see the empty bottles in the can. If they see them at all, it may not stop them completely, but it will cost them more in the long run, and you will feel better. Duck M. Lastly, get a fan for your room, then shut off the breaker to the central air. They will be ready to get the duck out in no time. Once the place gets above 85 degrees, just relax while your fan cools you off and they lose their shit. Mosquitoes. People who Snapchat the road in front of them while driving. Or people that use their phone at all while driving. Or just people. Convenience fees. Why do I gotta pay extra money when I'm trying to give you money in the first place? Duck off. It's a convenient opportunity for us to duck you because we know you're already shelling out a bunch of money on this thing you probably don't need anyways. What's a few extra bucks our way, lol? Corporations probably. Animal abusers. Groups of people who walk slowly beside each other on the pathway and don't give a shit that they are stopping everyone else from going about their business. There is a special place reserved in hell for those who do this. Cancer. Roaches. Fear so goddamn hard to get rid of when you get them, and since they are created by Satan, they make sure they crawl into expensive electronics and appliances and ruin the power supplies and components costing you hundreds. Mass shootings. Normal shootings too. Murder in general. Really? These damn fruit flies in my apartment. Apple cider vinegar and a dab of soap mixed in a small container covered by plastic wrap with some holes poked on top so they can get in but not get out. The 30 to 50 feral hogs eating the grass and plants in my backyard. In all seriousness, kill one and roast that ducker. Wild boar is ducking insane good eating. Ticks and chiggers. Misread as chicks and tiggers. But tiggers are wonderful things. Chicks are nice too though. Depression. Depression is weird. I almost don't want it to duck off. Rather I wish it never showed itself in the first place. Because now that it's gone, I don't feel like myself anymore. We've had a relationship for so many years and I feel exactly how I have felt in the past after getting out of other toxic relationships. I don't quite remember who I was before it. It's weird because it's like you suddenly resurfaced into the world and it moved around you. You have to relearn what to do in social situations. What to do with your time now it isn't taken up by a yawning void. This block of time was reserved for feeling deadened. What do I do with my evenings now? The little dry skin on my left thumb. I know if I remove it, it will hurt like hell. But I really want to do it. The torture. People who litter, especially on the beach. Allergies. Anxiety. This, seriously, anxiety. If you read this, you can duck right off and get lost in AIDS-ridden cock-sucking hell. AIDS. Overthinking everything and worrying way too much. My neighbor's dog that never stops barking. Baby boomers. Fear so ducking fake. I bet like $10 that none of them have ever detonated a baby. People who litter, making things gross and not good for wildlife. And people who walk by litter without picking it up and putting it in the bin. If we all did that, the place would be spotless. Shitty coworkers. Just become a sheep farmer. That way, if they are uncooperative you can just tackle them and wrap a rope around their faces. People who believe whatever is told to them by the media. Vaccines don't cause autism. Video games don't cause shootings. Modern nuclear power plants are a lot safer than most other ways of generating power. GMO plants are perfectly fine to consume and might even help to save our species from starvation. Not everything that's labeled natural is better to buy. My ex, honestly. People who tell me to just work harder if I want to get by. I've been working 50 plus hours a week for around a year now in a very physical, labor intensive job. I love the job, love being outdoors, and hope to retire from it in 30 years. If the sector collapses, layoffs happen, and union folds, then I'll just find something else that is similar and allows me to work outdoors. Housing, whether by rent or mortgage, is skyrocketing here, as well as the cost of everything else as my Midwest city grows and becomes more and more popular. Working class slowly being priced out, and I'm sick and tired of being told to just work harder or get a degree like everyone else. Door-to-door people. People with fancy cars that don't indicate signal. Those indicators probably cost you a few grand extra, so use them. Those certified asshats who tried to piss people off just to get a rise out of them. Climate change. Climate change deniers. That ducking dickhead blocking the exit-only lane, attempting to merge back into gridlock because he's so much more important than the rest of us. Your Acura is shit and your girlfriend has a scabby face. Duck you. Oddly specific. Anti-vaxxers. Dementia. Randy. Pedophiles. Duck Ebola and AIDS and Milli Vanilli for lip syncing. I was telling my kids about this not long ago. They were like, what the heck is Milli Vanilli? I showed them that video when the track starting skipping and they were caught in the act. We died laughing. So ridiculous. Prions. Cancer. Well, literally any disease seen roaches. Anyone who uses the phrase he tells it like it is. When someone says that, what they really should say is he's ignorant in all the same ways I am, but in a louder, more public manner. Apostrophe. My Mill. She said some horrible shit about my parenting. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and she likes to act like I'm this lazy piece of shit, and I just hate her so much. Mature age students that don't shut the duck up in class and try and one-up the teacher. It's great to see people coming to uni later in life, but seriously, just stop ducking speaking. Racists. All of these random older women who don't really give a shit about me or know me, but want to try to tell me how to run my life. You don't know my life. Karen. Back off. Depression, dysphoria, and anxiety. They can duck off and never come back. Mitch McConnell. Haters. Violence in the name of religion. Duck you ISIS. Instagram influencers. Less than 8 hours of sleep / insomnia. Big Pharma spamming my FB wall hard with their rent-seeking ads about wanting me to call my members of Congress to make sure drugs stay artificially expensive. I guess I could just block it, but I also like the idea of them wasting money in vain trying to convince me of their position. White nationalists. Can we just get rid of all extremists? All people with their heads so far up their ass that every other opinion is irrelevant? Though that would include white nationalists. Ex-best friend. Duck off and tell everyone you lied about everything serious. I know the truth, cunt. People who hate others for their race / gender / ethnicity / sexual orientation / preferred pronouns, etc. The only thing that bothers me is the pronouns. I really don't give a shit about the other stuff. I don't give a shit about the pronouns either. The thing is, you have to actively be an asshole to hate on people for the first things. But you shouldn't be required to stop your entire life for 20 seconds to learn some owned words that you might not even know or understand. If I was friends with someone, I would even do it for someone just to be nice if I knew for some reason. But I don't have a space reserved in my memory to learn every T person's pronoun. Being in such a bad mood because of hormone/period to where you don't even have the ability to say leave me be. I'm in a bad mood instead of basically stay here in it with me while I'm shitty to you. People who don't look over their shoulders before switching lanes or merging. My so-called friend that started seeing my husband the day we got separated. Telemarketers. Reality TV stars, particularly those in political office. Tobacco, nicotine, anything else in cigarettes/cigars. All my family smokes and it's such a pain, and I hate it cause I don't want to die faster so someone else can momentarily feel nice. Thank you. Was looking for this. Cigarettes/tobacco/vaping/etc gave me asthma, and I wasn't even the one using the products. Second-hand smoke. Man. I just want it all to duck right off. It affects more than the person smoking. I can't even be around third-hand smoke, the smoke clinging to their clothes, hair, and other personal belongings. Shit makes me feel super sick. People coming out of subway/metro station stairs with their eyes glued to the phone and blocking/slowing the rest of us. Every single one of my neighbors, from the prostitute and her hacker BF who stole my Wi-Fi and threatened to beat me, to the screaming banshee who for 2 years screamed obscenities all morning and night, to the one who harbored a murderer and told me she was a witch, to the sleazy fat people who groped me and also she lied about me because I wouldn't write a reference for him after she said he was accused of raping his sister, to the one who just stole my keys when I was giving him free stuff. Duck them all. They are human dumpsters. Finances. Ex-husband owes over 15k back pay child support and never sees them. What a dick. Dak Prescott. American politics. Society. People. Bills. Taxes. The spelling of Chihuahua. People who walk slowly with their friends in the hallway, forcing everyone behind them to go turtle speed. Student debt. American Airlines. Private prisons. Tom Cruise. Scientologists. Scammers in general. The current ridiculously divisive socio-political climate, since the resurgence of the feminist movement in recent years. Shit has been flying in all directions. No one can say or make anything without people from one side screaming racism, sexism or homophobia, or the other side crying about SJW propaganda and freedom of speech crap. The whole us vs them mindset is just making everyone suffer. Nazis for sure. Technology that doesn't work the way it's supposed to. People trying to convert me to their religion. I know you mean well, but when I tell you I'm not interested, that doesn't mean keep talking. This also applies to door-to-door salesmen. Religion, in my opinion, religion is the worst thing that has ever happened to humanity. Duck religion. Bosses. Procrastination. Acne. Everything in Australia. Fake depressed people who say they are gonna kill themselves over the most trivial things ever and only do it for the 5 seconds of fame. James Charles. R. Kelly. Really hoping someone puts out a hit on him. Anyone anti-civil liberty or freedom. Stop giving the government more power. People who smoke on the street/public places without consideration of others. Ban public smoking please. Someone. University and paying tuition. Why do I have to pay $200 for a parking pass, $150 for a health fee? WTFFF. Duck you Sarah. I know you ate all the chocolates. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. Ducking mosquitoes and roaches. The evil orange man. People that leave you on read. People that ghost others. Scum of the earth. People who play music in their microphones in online games. People who value political correctness over harsh truths. People who expect everyone else to cater to their personal comfort levels. I'm sorry you get anxious when we talk about an actor you don't like. Susan, maybe you should just leave the room. Curate your own ducking experience and be responsible for your own life. Karen. The current administration. Boris Johnson. Everyone and their bullshit. Myself. Planned obsolescence of various machines. Sunburns man. Duck right off. People who yell at service workers for things that they have no control over. Diarrhea, it can go to hell. Hipsters. Greed can duck off straight to hell. Huns, their MLMs, and the emoji-laden Facebook messages. Traffic, also micromanaging. Nancy Grace. The Toyota Prius. Corporate greed. Bugs in the house. The cuckoo chick. This duck has put their eggs in other species of birds and then bails. Then when the offspring hatches, it will push all the other eggs off the nest or the other chicks. If they have hatched, then the bird parents will give this freeloader all the food. Their sole survivor child. And this asshole reaches adulthood within a few weeks, then yeets. This parasite bird can just go extinct for all I care. Pretty much any politician. And most of the people who have an opinion, but can't be bothered to research and educate themselves. Narcissistic assholes. Nobody wants them around, and they don't really contribute to society. People who don't flush or clean the toilet seat properly. Crappy parents. Your eldest daughter is not an appropriate substitute for a licensed therapist. Fortnite and its entire fan base. People who are unhappy about someone doing something that only supposedly they can do. People who demand free things/services because they are influencers. Entitled people. Grammarly advertisements. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.